absolutely thrilled to announce that Angel Studios is distributing Brave the Dark in theaters nationwide, January 24th, 2025.
Stan Dean radiated his passion for education and the arts throughout his teaching career and instilled in his students' minds that they could achieve whatever they put their minds to. But when his path crossed with a troubled student named Nate, lost within his unfortunate circumstances, Stan stepped up and used his passion for a greater cause. A story that has been inspiring many in the Lancaster community is about to touch the hearts of thousands more as it hits the big screens in January of 2025. Brave the Dark follows the true story of Nate, a teen with a tragic backstory who kept the details of his personal life to himself throughout his high school years. Not only did this true story take place in Lancaster, Pennsylvania in the 1980s, but it was also produced by a locally based film company, Make Films.
Make Films is a production company based out of Lancaster City, and we do commercials, advertising, and we also do feature films and documentaries.
Nate attended Garden Spot High School in New Holland, Pennsylvania, where he would eventually meet Stan Dean, the teacher who became more than just an educator to him. Also attending Garden Spot with his own special connection to Stan was Derek Diener, the creator of Make Films.
And then I heard a lot of stories about Nate and, what happened in the 80s, but I didn't really know the story that well. And as the years progressed, I started to get to know him through a local theater that my mom runs, and Stan was a director there. And so I met Stan and then met Nate and started hearing the story and what Nate went through and what, Mr. Dean helped him get through and really fell in love with. And around 4 years ago, the producers that have been working with Nate over the last 8 years, making this film possible, asked if I'd get involved to kind of help take it to the finish line. And that's when I got officially involved 4 years ago.
With Make now involved in bringing Nate and Stan's story to life, they were able to begin the creation process, including everything from finding financial sponsors to filming in several well-known Lancaster locations, like our own Hempfield Pool. Dating all the way back to the pre-production work in August of 2021, creating Brave the Dark took upwards of 2 years to finalize with its many moving parts.
There's lots of pieces of making a movie, the casting and the crew side kind of built up. And then once you have all the money to make the movie, once you have a team to make the movie, then you'll start on planning, prep, pre-production. And that process for an independent film this size can be anywhere from like 4 weeks to 8 weeks. And then we had 26 days of production over the course of 5 weeks in September and October. Those are intense days, 12 to 15-hour days. You're constantly making script adjustments, making adjustments with weather, you have a cast and crew of 80 to 120 people every day showing up for different places. So it's a lot of moving parts, but then once the movie's shot, then you go into post-production, which is about a year of editorial and mastering and sound design and color mixing and all those things.
Brave the Dark has been all over the country, from recording the sound for the movie at the iconic Warner Brothers soundstage to attending several film festivals around the world. First appearing at the Philadelphia Film Festival, where the film made its debut in October of 2023, and then traveling to Indianapolis for the Heartland International Film Festival, where Brave the Dark won the overall Audience Choice Award. In March of 2024, they attended the Omaha Film Festival in Nebraska, where they also won the overall Audience Choice Feature Film, as well as Best Feature Film. Brave the Dark made its West Coast debut at the San Diego Film Festival and the Newport Beach Film Festival, where they won the Audience Choice Award for the third time. And lastly, heading over to Cork, Ireland to make their international debut. Eventually, after their tour of film festivals, Angel Studios picked up the film and started their own press tour in anticipation of the film's release to around 2,500 theaters in America.
So right now, as we get closer to the launch, they're doing things like a lot of social media ads. They're putting the trailer in front of a lot of other movies that are in the theaters right now. They're doing press tours and just asking for my involvement or for the team's involvement to help get the word out.
The success of Brave the Dark being picked up to be shown in national movie theaters is a huge milestone for Make and Angel Studios after years of hard work. However, they hope to achieve so much more with the release of this movie.
I started on this movie because I thought that the impact that a teacher has on a student and the life-changing trajectory that brings is important for others to learn from and to grow from. One act of kindness that we can do for someone else can make a huge difference. And I really wanted to show like Lancaster and Stan Dean and Nate's story to the world. Mr. Dean, he gave his life for his kids and wanted that to be shown and wanted people to be inspired by that. And we're also partnering with some nonprofits that will help help people who want to make a difference in their communities or kids that need help.
Although Stan Dean is no longer with us, his legacy lives on through Nate and the hundreds of other students he inspired throughout his lifetime. In an effort to extend Stan's legacy, Nate created the Stan Dean Foundation. This foundation seeks to help adolescents through investing in their education and artistic abilities. If you would like to help a survivor of childhood trauma, you can visit standeanfoundation.org and make a donation. If you would like to see this true story unfold on the big screen, you can visit angel.com and search for theaters in your community showing Brave the Dark. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm McKenna Straley.